Can DNA analysis reveal Viking heritage in modern populations? Have you ever wondered if you might have Viking blood running through your veins? The question of whether DNA analysis can reveal Viking heritage in modern populations is fascinating. Let's break it down. Yes, DNA analysis can indeed provide evidence of Viking heritage, but there are some important details to consider. Viking Age Scandinavians were not a single genetic group. They were genetically diverse and had significant gene flow within Scandinavia and with other parts of Europe. This means that modern Scandinavians carry some of this Viking genetic legacy, but it is often mixed with other ancestries due to population changes over the centuries. First, let's talk about Viking genetic diversity. Viking Age populations were more genetically varied than what we see in modern Scandinavians. DNA from Viking skeletons shows that these individuals had ancestry from outside Scandinavia. This reflects their extensive travels, trade, and interactions with other European populations. In contrast, present-day Scandinavian populations are relatively more genetically homogeneous. Next, consider the migration patterns of the Vikings. Different groups from Scandinavia traveled to various regions. Norwegians ventured west to places like Ireland, Iceland, and Greenland. Danes moved into England, while Swedes headed east to the Baltic region. These migration routes resulted in unique regional genetic signatures that can sometimes be traced in modern populations. Now, let's discuss genetic markers and haplogroups. Certain mitochondrial DNA haplogroups, which are genetic lineages passed down through mothers, and other markers found in Viking remains are still present in modern Scandinavians. However, their frequencies have changed over time. Some haplogroups that were common among ancient Scandinavians have decreased in modern populations, indicating shifts in genetic makeup since the Viking Age. It is also important to understand the limitations of DNA evidence. While DNA can reveal broad patterns of ancestry and migration, it does not capture the full complexity of Viking identity or culture. The genetic signals from Viking ancestors may be diluted by later migrations or demographic changes. Furthermore, DNA alone cannot determine cultural or ethnic identity, which also relies on historical and archaeological context. In practical terms, modern DNA testing can sometimes indicate Scandinavian ancestry and, in some cases, suggest Viking heritage. This is especially true when combined with genealogical and archaeological data. However, results should be interpreted with caution. Viking genetic influence is just one part of a complex ancestral picture. From a Scandinavian perspective, these findings show that Viking heritage is not a simple or uniform genetic legacy. It is a complex mosaic shaped by centuries of movement and interaction. DNA analysis adds to our understanding of this history, but it works best alongside archaeological and historical evidence to provide a fuller picture of Viking influence on modern populations.